Something you'll hear a lot around YouTube is the dreaded YouTube algorithm. What is this YouTube algorithm and how does it work? Well, the short and simple answer would be, the YouTube algorithm is basically just the system that goes on behind the scenes that decides what videos to recommend to what people. Now, obviously there are billions of videos on YouTube, and what you see on your homepage and in recommended, there's a very limited amount of space to show you what videos that you should watch. And so the algorithm is there to try and pick the absolute best videos that is most likely for you to click on. And so when the YouTube algorithm is trying to come up with what to show you on your homepage and in your recommended, it's deciding that based on the types of content that you like to watch, and also what's the most popular or high quality content in that genre based on what other people have watched and liked and spent a lot of time watching. But let's talk about the journey that every YouTube channel and every video on that channel goes through when getting it recommended to people. Okay, so pretend that this paint drawing right here is all of the people on YouTube. Now you've got all these different colors that represent a bunch of different genres on YouTube. So let's say you're really into gaming content, and so you will get recommended over here the red videos. Or let's say that you're really into fitness videos, we'll call that yellow. So when a channel first gets created, it usually takes a few videos to upload before YouTube can really decide where to put you on this map. Now I know YouTubers can add like tags and keywords into their videos, and that can really help tell YouTube where to put you on the map. But since that would be really easy to take advantage of, like let's say you want to kind of cheat the system and put a bunch of keywords that are completely unrelated to your video topic, so it'll take your keywords into account, but then it will start to judge it based on the types of people that click on your video. But once the YouTube algorithm has kind of figured out where to put you on the map, then it becomes time to figure out how many people to recommend it to. Now for a brand new channel, you're always going to start small. So imagine this circle I'm drawing is just the audience that it recommends your videos to. So when you first upload your first video, it might recommend it to just a couple people, like just a tiny amount. But then if they really like the video, then it will start to recommend it to more people. And then if those people liked it, then it'll recommend it to more. But at a certain point, it's just going to cap out, and that's why videos flatline and they don't get any more views after a certain point. Because YouTube recommended it, people liked it, it recommended it to more, and then people kind of stopped clicking on it, and then YouTube kind of just said, alright, we're done recommending this video. And so it just kind of stops right there. But now you upload your next video, so it's automatically going to start by recommending it to a lot of people that saw it last time, because if they clicked on it before, then they probably like that content, so we'll give them another shot. I mean, it's never going to be perfectly accurate. It's not like they're going to say, oh, we recommended it to 1,000 people, so this one will automatically start with those 1,000 people. Like, every video still kind of has to start slowly and grow. But if your last video did well, then it might give you a head start on the next one. And so now you've got your next video, and people are liking it even more. So now it starts to grow more and more. And as you can see, it's only recommending it to people within the genre for right now. But this is a good way to show how viral videos really happen. Because this is what happens when you upload a video, your regular audience likes it, so it recommends it to a few more in the same genre, and they like it too. So then it uploads it to a whole bunch more, and they all like it. And then it tries to recommend it to people outside your genre, and they start clicking on it too. And so it grows more and more and more, until all of YouTube is seeing it. I mean, this is kind of what happens when Mr. Beast uploads. It kind of starts with his normal audience and then just expands more and more. The definition of viral is kind of not set in stone. My definition of viral is when a video just does exponentially better than all of your other ones. So if most of your videos get like 5 views and then you upload one that gets like 2,000, like technically I would call that a viral video for you. I mean, if you look at this channel, most of the videos have like a few thousand views, but then I've got 2 that are up like around 1 million. And so that's a really good example of just, okay, my regular audience liked it, and then more and more people started to click on it, and it just grew from there. But like I mentioned, the amount that it will recommend your video is slightly based on how well your previous videos have done. So if you upload a video thinking, this might not be my best video, but I just need to get something out, like, it's possible that that could actually hurt your channel. So let's say that you upload a video and it does pretty well, and then your next one does better, and your next one does better, but then you're going to reach a point where you're kind of just being recommended to the same people every time. Sometimes you'll see people whose channel gets a very consistent amount of views, where it's just, we'll recommend it to the exact same people. We've tried recommending it to more, but they don't really click on it, so we're just going to keep recommending it to the same few people. Well then, let's say you did a really crappy video one day, and not very many people clicked on it. So then you've just shrunk your audience a little bit. Well then on your next video, it might be a little harder to get back the audience you used to have because less people actually liked that one. And so you got to be really careful if you want to take your YouTube channel seriously, because any bad video can actually damage the channel a little bit. And so if you've ever followed a channel and wonder why they like, oh, go follow me on my second channel or my third channel, because in cases like that, maybe they're like, I have other videos that I kind of want to do, but they're not quite as high quality, and I don't want to hurt my high quality channel by uploading less good videos. I just want it to be for those more dedicated fans that want to see maybe the behind the scenes kind of videos. And so you'll just start a second channel for that. And now it's time to talk about why it's almost impossible to change content on a single channel. So for the people who followed me for a long time, you'll know that I have a few too many channels, like more than I can keep up with. And a lot of people have thought like, oh, just upload everything to the same channel. Like, I don't get why you need to have separate channels for everything. Well, let me just show you what happens. So, okay, let's take my Guitar Hero channel, for example. Alright, let's say I'm uploading Guitar Hero videos, and I'm getting recommended over here, and you know, my regular Guitar Hero audience is clicking on it. Well then, let's say I want to make a video about, I don't know, shooting off fireworks. If I try to do that on the channel that's meant for Guitar Hero, like, some people will think like, oh, if you upload a firework video, then it'll just get recommended over here to people who like fireworks. But, no, what actually happens is, it recommends your firework video to people who watch Guitar Hero, and most of them are like, what is this? I don't want to watch this. And so YouTube sees that, and they're like, oh, their main audience didn't like this at all, so we better not recommend it to anyone else. So your videos just get stuck in a category that it doesn't belong. So it can come across as being really unfair, because you're thinking, oh, if I upload a video on a certain topic, then it will just get recommended in that topic. But no, it's going to recommend it in your same topic, and it's going to be nearly impossible for you to reach all the way over there to get it recommended to the right people. And so that's why it's so much better to just start a new channel so that you can be recommended to these people, and you can be recommended to these people with another channel, and get recommended to these people. Now there are some channels, like maybe PewDiePie, that are so big that they can just do anything, and that's because like their initial audience is already huge, and so if they want to make videos about something else, it's pretty easy for them to sort of reach other audiences, because anything they do is going to get so much traffic, and also their audience is there to watch them more so than what the content is most of the time. So that's why bigger channels can get away with doing more variety content. But yeah, in a lot of ways, the YouTube algorithm kind of has a reputation for every channel. I mean, it's not a super obvious reputation that you can see, but like I said, one bad video can kind of hurt your channel, and one good video can really help your channel. So in a way, you can kind of think of it like save files in a video game. If you have a save file in a video game that you've put tons of time and work into, like, you don't want your little brother coming along to open that save file to go in and mess things up, because that's just going to completely ruin everything. It's kind of like that with YouTube channels. When you have a really successful channel that's getting recommended to a decent amount of people, then, I mean, obviously you're not going to want somebody else uploading onto your channel, but you're not going to want a video that people aren't going to like, because that's just going to shrink your reach. But let's talk about the story of Imagine If the Internet Was Real. That's my Reddit channel that I ran a few years ago and I've been trying to revive. And let me explain why it's so difficult to revive a channel. So, okay, let's say that these are Reddit story category over here. So I started out pretty small, and then I had one good video that, you know, got recommended to a ton of people. So then every video I put up after that was getting recommended to just a whole bunch of people, and I just had a very consistent high view count. Well, then over time, people were losing interest, and the videos kind of got more stale, and so then I eventually just canned it. And then I tried uploading in a completely different category of like GeoGuessr streams, which let's say is like somewhere over here. And so my content was only getting recommended to like the very few people who really wanted to watch me. And so it just kind of shrunk my reach more and more until like there's hardly anybody watching. Well, then I try and come back, but in sort of a different genre. I know Ask Reddit and Entitled Parents Reddit are very similar, but for some reason they have very different audiences. And so you could say that the Ask Reddit genre is over here, and my channel is over here. Well, I'm basically just trying to move my audience, but in order to do that, I just kind of have to like grow it, and then shrink it, and then grow it, and then shrink it. Because there's a lot of people that used to watch the channel that now just do not see it recommended at all. And so think of this as like my main viewer base, but then all of these people automatically don't want to watch my video. So anytime it tries to grow, those people don't click on it, so it just stays small, and I'm kind of just trapped here. And so I've got to have it recommended to those people just for them to click unsubscribe and for them to just completely block out my channel just to be able to move past it. And so I'm slowly just inching my way into another genre before I can even start to grow. So you basically have to clean out the empty subscriber base. And you just have to get your video to stop being recommended to people who aren't going to click on it, because it kills your click-through rate when your videos are recommended to people who don't want to watch it. But then hopefully at one point I can find the correct audience, and then I can start to grow from there. So yeah, a lot of people think that, oh, if I want to grow on YouTube, I've got to know all these tricks. I've got to promote my videos on other websites, and I've got to get the word out and share it all over the internet. And yes, in very specific circumstances that can work. But let's say you've got a channel over here, and then you tell your whole audience of these people, hey, I'm starting a channel over here, you guys should go subscribe. And so a lot of people will say like, okay, I'll go give him a subscribe just to be helpful. And so they subscribe, but then they don't care about that kind of content. So now you've got a bunch of subscribers who don't even care about your videos over here. And so then you have a hard time growing organically because your main base isn't even watching your videos. So I would almost say that it's better to start from scratch without even telling your audience that you're starting another channel. I've kind of learned that the hard way, because if you shout out other channels, a lot of people there aren't really interested in it, and it can actually slow the growth over there. And so with me having a bunch of different channels in completely different genres, I'm just trying to reach a lot of different audiences all over YouTube. But anyway, that's my best explanation for how the YouTube algorithm works. Hopefully this kind of answers some questions and explains why I have so many YouTube channels. I just thought it was too funny on my live stream I had kind of recently, where someone was like, how many YouTube channels do you have? And I'm like, I think I have like 14, but I only use 8. And as I was thinking about it, I want to say I have 6 different YouTube channels that each have at least one video with over 10,000 views. And all of them were grown independently. They weren't from shoutouts from other channels. I have 4 monetized channels, all of which get pooled up to bring me in like maybe $100 a month, because I hardly bring in any views to any of them right now. But I'm always trying different things. I think YouTube is a lot of fun. I'm always looking for new ideas to start channels, and I mean, you only get better over time, so I feel like I've got a promising future ahead of me still. But as for this channel, I pretty much just only talk about things when I have something to talk about. I'm not so focused on keeping this channel active and uploading videos just for the sake of uploading. I'll talk about stuff when I feel like talking about something. So if I'm gone for a year at a time, I'll be back eventually. So thanks for watching.